Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy. And I've been sitting here for a couple minutes, man, just admiring this monstrosity, right? I think this describes best what this uniform truly is, right? It looks like an abomination, right? To think that this is actually a hero, you kind of don't want to see the villains that he fights if he's a hero looking like this. But anyways, man, new Red Hulk uniform, the Symbiote of Vengeance. How am I liking it? I've had just under 24 hours to play with the thing, and as you can see from the rank, right, I put a little bit more work into the uniform because I think it's one I'm going to be having a lot of fun with. But should you be buying it if you have a limited crystals? Well, it realistically comes down to what you are looking for. If you are looking for a character that's going to excel in any kind of PvP content at a very high level, you should skip this uniform. And I say that with a heavy heart because I love zero to hero moments. I love when underdogs, I love when underutilized characters come to the forefront of the game. And I think that is what we're getting right here with this Red Hulk uniform. It does him justice in so many ways. From the aesthetics, just looking absolutely spectacular. They pretty much never disappoint. Some people are gonna say they don't like the fact that he's very short, blocky, and stumpy, right? He's creepy looking and all that, but he looks exactly how he's supposed to look if you know where he's coming from. So this uniform is exactly how it should be. They captured it perfectly. And just playing with him for the short time I have played with him, he feels very, very safe. He is fun to play and he gets the job done. But is he meta for anything? Unfortunately, no. Right? He's not going to be the new Namor, you know what I'm saying, a combat fire character that can do pretty much everything in the game when it comes to PvE at the highest possible level. He's not going to be doing that, right? But he is going to be a very, very good free-to-play character because you can get Red Hulk's biometrics every single week from Shadowland. You just need to pick up the uniform and then you can have fun with him. So if he was one of your favorite characters, one that you were waiting on to get justice finally in Marvel Future Fight, I think they did him justice here. After playing with him for under 24 hours, what I can say is the only thing I find to be a little bit underwhelming is the damage output. And I think the reason why I'm so underwhelmed by the damage is not because it's actually that bad, right? It's just not that great. And also because of the fact that if you look at his animation, it just has that oomph to it, right? It just has that like look at this, right? It just has so much like impact to it. So I just expect the bars to just freaking melt off the same way it would melt off when I play with somebody like Namor, right? His animation is just so flashy and so cool. So it just, based on that alone, it raises my expectations. And I think it also has to do with the fact that I've played with Namor and he's very similar to Namor in the sense where he's a combat, physical fire character. And because of that, you can't use him against Ebony Maw without a CTP of Rage. He's not going to do very well there. But he can be used against people like Pietro. He can be used against people like Proxima, Thanos, etc. He's going to do the highest stages possible? No. Is he going to be stronger than Amadeus Cho with his Awakened skill? No. Is he going to be stronger than Tier 3 Hulk? No. For obvious reasons. He's, at the end of the day, just a level 70 character once we get him there. Okay, he doesn't have an Awakened skill, he doesn't have a Tier 3, so that would be expecting too much from him. However, if we consider where he's coming from with the base kit or even the previous uniform, this is a very, very good upgrade. And sometimes I always see people saying it, right? Power creep, it's too much in this game. So I think this is one of those times where people may want power creep, they want him to be the strongest, but they may be okay with ultimately what he ends up being, right? Because it means we don't get to see constant power creeps where characters are getting just way too overpowered. So there is that. But nonetheless, I am really liking him and I'm going to invest a good bit into him to try and give you guys as much gameplay and as much information about the character as possible. That way you can make an informed decision because your crystals are limited in 2 weeks, 2.5, maybe 3 weeks at the most, we're going to be looking at a brand new update with new characters, new uniforms, and possibly even new ways to spend crystals. So this might be one of those uniforms where it looks really cool and you want to buy it just for that, or the way how it plays just speaks to your soul, the way how the character looks just radiates like, yes, I want it, I want to play with them. But it may be one of those ones where you want to wait until Black Friday when it's on super discount and you just want to pick it up then, if you have the patience and the willpower to wait until then. I'm not saying this uniform is bad, by no means, and I'm going to show you guys over the coming days and weeks, right, that it actually is really good from what I can see so far, right? But where we are right now, we have limited need for new characters or even new uniforms if they're not like at the top of the game, right? So if you're free to play or a low spender, then this might be one where you want to skip, or you might want to just wait until the next update and see maybe another character gets a good uniform and you know what, nah, I'd rather go back and I'll just cop this uniform for Red Hulk instead of whatever they give us in the next update. You know what I'm saying? You got to move off strategy. You can't just move off emotion. You can't just go in the moment anymore, because basically from the looks of it, is every 2 weeks there's going to be some type of a patch with a new uniform or a new tier 3 or something, and you have to kind of manage your resources accordingly. Let the whales and the content creators make the sacrifices so you can have the information to make better decisions. That's basically what I want to start off this video by saying. Long ass intro, but let's get to it. So we gave him some physical attack ooze. I held off on this because I didn't know if they were going to do the same switcheroo that they did for the Hulk, where they made Hulk based off his HP, right? So I gave him some physical attack. I gave him a little bit of ignore defense, some cooldown to try and max out the stats that I need to max out. So we're going to take him into a little bit of Shadowland today, a little bit of War Boss, so you can see how he rocks. Obviously, we have the uniform of Mythic in case you missed the previous video. I gave him dodge, physical attack, HP, crit damage on the last slot. This was HP before, but I just rolled it for crit damage, and I gave him some more dodge here. And this is one of those uniforms that very rarely you're going to see that you have basically all of the options, because all of the options are good. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Ronin uniform, best uniform for Ronin. Then we have Endgame Thanos. And then we have Red Skull. Then we have Mysterio, right? And then this is a free uniform. So pretty much everybody will have all the options to make this guy as good as he could possibly be. Very rarely do you get a uniform day one and you have all the uniforms and all of them at Mythic. At least I did. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So let's jump into a little bit of content here. First thing we're going to do is take him into Shadowland, and I pushed all the way up to stage 60 because I want to see how he compares to some of my other level 60 characters that I have in my roster, right? That's generally what I like to do. I want to see how level 60 characters perform on stage 60 plus in Shadowland, because if he can do 60 plus, then it means he can do those new stages, right, from 30 to 35, because that's essentially what we want to do. And unfortunately or fortunately, I was able to crush 34 and 30 well before the update. So maybe this week we'll throw him in after the reset and see how he does. But let's see how he does here first. So very, very easy rotation for this guy is just to start off with the 5th skill, right? And you're going to be in an iframe. You're just going to guard break the enemy. Then you can do 4 if you want to. And then you can just do the 3 and you can just body them. So much impact from his skills. And I think that's why I'm kind of underwhelmed with the damage. Not because the damage is actually underwhelming, but just because there's just so much oomph to it. Like this groundbreaking, like ground shattering, and I just want to see people die basically. But the animations are just really, really cool. So let's, there we go. He kind of like his 5th skill, actually the way how you chain his skills together just kind of reminds me of Abomination, right? Because he is very easy to play. I like all of his skills. They basically speak to my soul, and this is really cool. The fact that you can just drive away. One thing I like, you shouldn't ideally just, okay. Plus, we didn't even talk about the fact that he has a really, really amazing 4-star passive, so his survivability is better than it's ever been. But one thing I really, really like, and I think all of you guys are gonna love, is this: the fact that you can just drive away if you want to, right? And in most situations, you shouldn't do that, right? You shouldn't just drive away, because when you're driving away, you're not doing damage, right? But let's say you're in War Boss Ultimate, you're using him against like Thanos or something, right? And you start attacking Thanos, right? And then Thanos does an attack where he's going up to make it rain meteors, or he starts like penetrating immunity or something. Being able to move around and control yourself and your skill is just absolutely fantastic, right? So this is taking a little bit longer than I would ideally like, and some of it has to do with the fact that my proc timing was pretty crappy, but also because I wanted to show you guys like how useful that third skill could possibly be in certain situations. But overall, I think this is a pretty good first look here at him, and I think we could possibly do that stage way faster if we wanted to. So we're gonna jump in and we're gonna test him out. We do like the Blackwater bosses all the time, so what I'm gonna do is just test him out against Pietro here. I was trying him a little bit earlier today, and he looks pretty good, right? So this is the team comp we're gonna run with him. I'll run him with his own leadership, that way we don't have to tag, and because he has the Gamma tag, right, he can utilize Abomination, so that's another reason to basically pick up Abomination if you didn't have him before. So let's jump in, see what he does here. Now, because he has super armor on his uniform bonus, and I have immunity to guard break on his obelisk, we shouldn't get guard breaking too much. And because he spends a good amount of the fight in iframes, he's fairly safe. So he's the 4 there. Jump back into the 5. And you can see he's doing pretty good damage. These mutant bosses are definitely more of a nuisance to deal with. And where's my, okay, my proc is late, but it's still fine because the end of the skill, okay, does pretty good damage as well. Probably gonna get it at the end here. No? Okay. Okay. I have a heal, bro. And I'm pretty tanky. So nice try. Nice try. Okay, let's. Alright, so we got it on the full proc. That's, oh, Pietro. Pietro, man. Bro, I will run you over with this bike, bro. Okay, I'm gonna run over your leg, bro. And break them legs. Imagine if he had accumulation when he was on that bike. So basically, while he's running you over, if you can't be guard broken and you're attacking him, he's just accumulating damage. Imagine. Imagine. Just imagine. Yo, Pietro, can you chill and stop running away, bro? Notice Abomination isn't striking for him, which is strange, because Abomination should strike for him. The reason why Abomination isn't striking for him is because he's not getting hit. Hold on, let's use the team up. Now, okay, come on, bro. The defense down is on you, bro. Let me melt you, bro. Yo, that's so cool. I like the fact that they make the entire background like really clear so you can see what he's doing. Because that's one thing that, okay, that I kind of don't like about his fifth skill and his fourth skill. They take up so much of the map, you can't really see him, right? You can see the, okay, Pietro is just being really annoying. This is why everybody uses mind control strikers, bro. Stop running around, bro. I'm gonna freaking run over that leg, bro. It is really cool to see like see him run over people with his bike. So it took a little bit longer than I would have liked, but I think overall this showcases just how tanky he is, right? Well, I wouldn't say like tanky, but like that might not be the right word. Like he's very safe because of the healing, the iframes, the damage immunity, right? He's very safe. So if you're looking for a safe character for World Boss or Shadowland or maybe even GBR, can't really attest to that too much yet because of the fact that a lot of his damage may actually be coming from the fact that he can reduce their fire resistance. So maybe he won't be that good for Giant Boss Raid, but I will try him out there once I get him to 70, hopefully in the next couple of days. We're at 25% so far, but I gotta cross my fingers because, you know, that 4% drip is very real on this side. So you guys hit me up, let me know what you think of the whole ski so far. I think I'm gonna fully awaken this, but I'm micromanaging my gold because we know Odin, he's gonna eat at least 80 million of that to try and get him up to tier 3. So hit me up, man, if you got the uniform. Let me know what you've been using it to do. Tag me on Twitter, message me on Discord, all that good stuff. And if you haven't bought it yet, let me know why and what I would need to do to convince you, right? Or maybe not convince you. I don't know, right? What doubts do you have about the uniform, essentially, right? Because whether you buy it or not doesn't benefit me in one way or the other. Basically, my whole purpose of making these videos is just to give you as much information as possible so you can either say, nope, not for me, next, or yeah, I like it. It looks like it's going to be fun. Maybe I'll pick it up. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.